Yeah, I jumped the gun a little bit. We should be going any moment. And we're off. All right, so we're seeing all four of our runners going with the 3-first route. At least that's the thought here. Crystal Saber, the only one that might not, but I believe we will see him go 3-first, and he is. And going 3-first is going to make for an interesting situation. We're going to find out very shortly if all four of our runners can get past the first major boss of this run, and that is Manhandla.
Yeah, I mean, there's some tough challenges doing the 3-first route in the beginning, especially Manhandla, Gleeok. There's a ton of problems these guys can run into.
Yeah, we just saw it with the previous 4-way race that just concluded. All four of our runners in that race able to get through Manhandla without taking a death, and that is a very uncommon occurrence on this route. Only the best runners in the world can do that consistently. Saber doesn't get the bomb, but he clears the room very quickly, the first out. In fact, I believe Jam was the only one, at least it appeared so, they got the bomb from a Darknut. I'm not sure about Reabs, but all four of our runners on the way to the raft.
Yeah, Reabs did get his bomb, and he bombed that wall early, which I thought was an interesting strat.
So you're going to see our runners here bombing Darknuts are going to be trying to get a 10 count, and long story short, if you kill 10 consecutive enemies without taking a hit and kill the 10th one with the bomb, you're guaranteed a bomb drop as long as that enemy drops an item. And Reabs, our first runner to the raft with a very impressive time for a race, and with 4 bombs to boot. Saber right behind him, Redbird third, and Jam right there with him. We got us a very good start so far.
Yeah, it looks like Redbird and Jam are having a little bit of trouble. Jam obviously doesn't have any bombs. Redbird is low on health, which could cause him problems.
Yeah, and because Jam did get the, and by the way, nice bomb force there for Redbirdgrad. Because Jam got the Darknut bomb, he can kill these two here for a static bomb. The only bad thing is he has to use his sword. And with only 3 hearts, he's going to have to be careful. He can only take 1 more bop. Down to half a heart, he needs to play this safe. Let's see if he's able to survive this fight and get these bombs. Meanwhile, Saber into the Manhandla fight, uses his last bomb and gets him. Jam does get his bombs. Reabs with a clean Manhandla kill, and that race is out of 3. Very tight. Oh, and Redbird! Redbird unfortunately had Manhandla set up, but doesn't get the clean kill. And then Jam uses his last bomb and doesn't kill Manhandla either, and he dies!
Oh, wow.
Wow! Well, if you're Redbird or Jam, in this situation, you can't ask for a better scenario since both runners take a death to Manhandla. Neither runner gains a real advantage. Of course, Redbird having 3 bombs decides he's going to come back later, and he's going to go get his ladder and try to beat 4, whereas Jam's going to take another shot at this right now.
Yeah, and look at this sync between Reabs and Saber. I mean, these guys are really neck and neck.
Yeah, the top race, meanwhile, moving on very clean. Reabs did get a rupee drop in 3, so he has the option open to him to get the 30-30 Classic World Record route, whereas Saber, if he doesn't force a 5er here, I imagine we're going to see him double hundo. Of course, he could run other routes as well, including his famous White Sword route. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Redbird doesn't force a bomb in the Zol room and doesn't have any rupees either, so double hundo might be in his future as well. Very nice room for Redbird. Gets a forced bomb. Saber as well has a clean one. And all 3 of our runners into the breakfast room simultaneously. This is hype. Meanwhile, JamEvil does take down Manhandla. Finally gets his clean kill. He's out of 3, so he does have that going for him here. He is out of 3. Redbird still has to go back to 3, so we'll have to wait and see which of these 2 runners gains the advantage in this scenario.
Yeah, it looks like Reabs had a little bit cleaner of a breakfast room and gained a little bit of time on Saber.
So Reabs takes the lead back in that race. Does have 4 bombs. In fact, both runners in that top race have 4 bombs, and you need at least 2 here to get to Gleeok. Of course, Saber famous for his pause strats as well. Very adept at surviving this Gleeok fight. Reabs with 1 heart remaining is going to have to be a little more careful. Right there, Saver using the pause strats to set up that ladder clip. Very nicely done. Reabs is setting up his count. He's going to attempt to bomb these Vires here, hoping for a bomb drop. Meanwhile, JamEvil gets a little bopped around there. He's down to 2.5 hearts. He does have 5 bombs, but he's going to have to be careful. Again, he, unlike Redbird, is back on his route. He does not want to take another death here. And Redbird, with a heart and a half remaining, down to only a half a heart. He's got to be careful here. Reabs takes down Gleeok with a very impressive kill. And now Redbird busting out some
another
death.
Oh.
Fortunately, he dies to Gleeok, and he's going to have to make a decision, and he opts out of level 4 as well, which this could come back to haunt Redbird, unfortunately. Of course, without the Triforces in 3 or 4, not only does he only have 3 hearts to his name, but he won't have recorder spots later in the run to warp to.
Yeah, he's going to have to return to now 2 levels, right?
Absolutely. He's going to have to go back to 3 and 4, and with no recorder spots nearby, it's going to make his on-the-fly routing very important. Meanwhile, Reabs, our first runner into 1, and he's set up nice with the counts at 22 and 8. He's got himself set up for a great run here.
Yeah, Reabs is looking much better on rupees and bombs. And like you said earlier, Saber would probably just show us an alternate route.
Oh, the rich get richer. Reabs gets 11 rupees in that Stalfos room, and with 7 bombs, he can force a bomb here. He's going to leave level 1 if he executes properly in great shape. Saber does not get that lucky, only gets 1, unfortunately.
And, Jam's in trouble as well.
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness!
And that's...
You can't make this up!
And that's 4 deaths between the 2 of them now. That's, wow.
Both of our runners in the bottom race died to Gleeok and died to Manhandla, and this time Jam, he's gonna say, you know what, the heck with Gleeok, I'll come back and fight him later. So, I don't know what's happening in this bottom race. This hasn't happened yet in this tournament where both runners have had this kind of start. So this would be very interesting to see which of these runners has the advantage. Now, Jam does have the Triforce in 3, but Redbird does have pretty much an entire level 1 lead. So I don't know if that's enough of a lead where he'll be able to hold it when he has to go back to 3, but both these runners have to go back to 4.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say who has the advantage at this point. I think maybe Jam by just a tiny bit, but what horrible luck on both of these guys' part. I mean, it's kind of lucky for the both of them that the other one also died twice too.
I mean, that's the name of the game in Zelda 1 as Redbird grabs his level 1 Triforce and Saber right behind him. Anybody, it doesn't matter how good you are at this game, when this game decides it's going to take its anger out on you, there's not much you can do. And I mean, Jam and Redbird are elite runners of this game. To see this kind of bad luck is unfortunate, but again, neither of them have gained an advantage from their opponent's misfortunes. I mean, they're still neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a great example of how Legend of Zelda can be a cruel mistress.
Reabs grabs his heart container. He's on a pretty darn good pace here. Remember, Reabs has a sub-31 PB, one of the few runners in the tournament who have not PB'd during the tournament, and he's on a pretty darn good pace here. Ooh, and Saber opts to a different route, and this is kind of something I was thinking might happen. He's going to go to level 2, I believe, after he picks up his heart containers here. So this is going to turn the chaos into even more chaos here, Crescendo. We don't know which runner is going to be in the lead in either race until probably we get to level 7 later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And wow, this is something else. I gotta say, yeah, awful luck for the race on the bottom, and on the top race. It's just going to be interesting. Both of these guys really haven't had too many problems, but the route divergence is going to, like you said, you're really not going to know what's going on until level 7.
Of course, Saber is a master of routing this game, so he knows what he's doing and can run this route just as fast as anybody in the world. In fact, I believe his White Sword sub 30 was on this route, so don't discount the fact that he's doing an alternate route. Meanwhile, Reabs takes a couple bops in Fort Gibdo. He's got to be careful, and Redbird's entering level 5 with 7 bombs but low health as well.
Now Reabs is building an account for his room of requirement.
Reabs can ill afford to take a death here. He's going to have to be careful. With only 5 bombs to his name and low health, let's see how his room of requirement goes. 6 blue dark nuts. All of them have 8 HP. And he's down to 2 bombs, and he hasn't had much success with his bombs so far. This is not good. That was a beautiful bomb, though.
And we see Redbird also approaching the room of requirement. He built up an account, looks like, as well. And, we'll see what kind of luck he has here.
And meanwhile, look at JamEvil running this alternate route as well. He's running, I imagine, either the TBF route or the Red Candle route. So all 4 of our runners running different routes, some out of necessity, others out of choice, but this is getting exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of routes on display tonight, and it's always fun to see because, you know, it'll throw you off and you don't know who's in the lead. It's great. I love it.
Oh, Reabs is having a very tough room of requirement here. He's going to survive. He's going to get to the recorder, but that was much slower than I think he would have liked to have seen. And Saber, meanwhile, is already done with level 2, so maybe too early to tell, but Redbird entered that room of requirement after Reabs, and he's exiting well before. So this might put Saber at an advantage here.
Meanwhile, Jam's now in level 2. He's gonna look like he was trying to force a bomb drop. Took a bop there.
No, actually, I think he used his last bomb in the hopes that he could get a bomb from those gorillas. If you kill the Master Gorilla, you have 1 or 2 chances at a bomb, depending on where your global is. And unfortunately, Jam just got unlucky, I think. He could have had a count built, but that's a relatively common strat, and he just got very unlucky there.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was trying to force an extra bomb on top of the static bomb, or the bomb drop that is typical.
Saber picks up the Northeast 100 secret. He'll be headed into level 5 momentarily as Reabs heads into the back half. Redbird's in the back half now with 2.5 hearts and only 2 bombs. He's got to be very careful, and with only 2 bombs and this low health, I imagine we're going to see a double bomb here from Redbird. Of course, the only unfortunate thing is if he does choose this strategy, and he does, he's out of bombs now. So this is going to be interesting to see what he chooses to do after this. Meanwhile, Reabs gets a crazy manhandler, takes him down, gets out of level 5. So at least he can put this level 5 behind him as Jam heads up to probably collect his 100 secret, and he'll be headed into 5. And Redbird now has a decision to make. Where is he going to go first?
I suspect he'll probably hit 4 first, but it's anybody's guess.
Well, even though he has 0 bombs, he picks up a heart container south of level 1, which I'm not sure if that was part of his plan or if he's running a different route at this point. And again, once you die in your routing, all bets are off. You can really run any route you want to. It doesn't really matter as long as you have the necessary items. He is going back into 4. And since Gleok has already been accessed, he doesn't need bombs to get through it. So he should be able to get to the rematch relatively painlessly. Nice room requirement for Saber. He's going to reach his recorder for this route. That is a very impressive time.
Meanwhile, Reabs is doing his world rep, and he'll be picking up a couple of heart containers en route to level 2.
Ooh, Jam bombs the Gibdos, but swords him at the precise moment to cancel out the bomb damage and gets no luck on that. So that's going to cost him a couple seconds.
And it looks like we're going to see our final room of requirement here with Jam, who's also building an account in hopes to force a bomb drop. We'll see what kind of luck he has.
As he heads into the room requirement, Redbird about to have his rematch with Gleeok, down to 4.5 hearts. Now, he is very adept at the world record route, so this shouldn't be an issue. He's got more health than he normally does in this fight, but he cannot afford to take a death here. He's got to finish Gleeok off now.
Wow, Jam had a great room of requirement. That
yes,
was really good.
Yes, he did. Forced a bomb and took them out very efficiently. Well done by JamEvil. Redbird finally finishes off the dragon. He's out of level 4, and he needed that desperately. So now, the race on the bottom is going to be decided in this sense. Redbird has to go back and finish level 3. Jam needs to finish level 5. Whoever finishes first and heads towards level 7 will probably have the lead. And then, of course, meanwhile, Reabs in level 2, Saber in level 5, and Saber's going to get his Triforce before Reabs, of course, assuming he finishes off his Dig Dogger. And he does. So I think Saber has the lead in this race.
Wow, that bomb Gibdo was really playing great game of hide and seek with Jam there.
Yeah, 4 Gibdo strikes again. Jam does get through it. So the race is on in the bottom race. Which runner is going to get their Triforce piece first will determine who's going to have the lead. And an early guess here is that Redbird's going to have a slight advantage. Of course, there is one thing to consider, Crescendo. Look at his bomb count.
Yeah, it's not looking great. He's it looks like he's going to go up to the shoot room to get that bomb.
Oh, and that Zol trolling him finally gets him down. Reabs collects his level 2 Triforce as Saber utilizes the Tricorder and is going to do his shopping. So Saber with a very small lead heading towards level 7. So I eat my words from earlier. It does appear that JamEvil, of course, assuming that he finishes off this Dig Dogger, will have a slight lead, takes him down, and he's going to finish level 5 at 1758. Let's see where Redbird is when he hoists the Triforce here, assuming he can take down Troll Handler.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 15 to 20 seconds at this point. Considering the circumstances, it's still a very close race, and it's anybody's race still at this point. Both of these guys still have the toughest levels to do, so we'll see what happens.
And it just shows the audacity of JamEvil and Redbird with those early deaths to be able to recover, and these guys are going to be very close. Oh, Jam hasn't finished level 4 yet.
Oh, I forgot about that. So Redbird does have the lead. Wow.
I totally forgot about that. So wait, Redbird hasn't done level 2 though. Has he?
No, I think you're right. I don't think he has.
My apologies, folks. I was wrong entirely. I think we still have a really interesting race here on the bottom as we have Saber and Reabs both entering level 7, both with the bombs necessary to get through it. Saber's the first to this famous Grumble Grumble. We're still waiting on Saber to discover Meat Skip Kappa.
So as you said, Redbird is en route to level 2. It looks like it's going to be pretty close. Level 2 is relatively short, and Jam still has to clean up 4 here, so yeah.
Nice river room there for Reabs. Gets through, keeps his beams. That was very efficient. Meanwhile, Saber picking up his red candle. which is required on the route that he runs. It's going to make it for an interesting reverse C here, as Lost pointed out in the previous race. Not as famous as the level 9 reverse C, but it's still very notable because these wall masters can completely ruin your day if you get grabbed by one. And Saber's going to have a much tougher spawn than Reabs will to deal with.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Redbird went for that bomb drop off those Grias with 7 bombs on hand.
Meanwhile, Jam just had a very clean rematch with Gleeok. He's out of 4, so he'll be headed to level 7 first. But not a very large lead. Redbird's only a few rooms away from finishing up level 2. And Redbird does have 8 bombs. Jam only has 7, so we'll have to wait and see if Jam decides to try to force one here in 7. He's got the number required.
And just like you said, the bubbles are giving Saber a little bit of trouble, but he cleans them up nonetheless with arrow strats.
Yeah, but as you see, Reabs gets a much more friendly pattern. The bubbles leave him alone entirely, and he uses a bomb strat there to finish off the room. He just gained a lot of time on Saber. So Jam doing his shopping, Redbird right behind him, headed over to the Westlake Mall. Has to do some crazy recordering because, of course, these runners have their recorders all messed up because of their early troubles. And
it looks like the Saber and Reabs are within about 10 seconds now, so this is turning out to be a really good race.
Absolutely. Reabs had a very clean level 7, and because he didn't have to pick up the red candle and he had a faster reverse C, he gained a lot of time on Saber there. Laggy Woods showing their true colors. Reabs took it slow there, and rightfully so. You don't want to miss that screen scroll. And Saber will pick up his magical sword at 22:07. Reabs will pick his up, I'm guessing, about a little over 10 seconds behind. I'm going to guess about 11 seconds.
Redbird forgot to do the rest of his shopping, so he heads back. He's going to grab his arrows and then head into level 7.
Ooh, tough break for Redbird. Definitely going to set him back a little bit as Jam heads into the Grumble Room and Redbird heads over to level 7. Saber gets our first taste of the Wizrow variety of enemies. Saber with about a 2-screen lead on Reabs as he enters the Belfry. And here we go, the first magical breakfast room. Saber with beams is going to have a little bit of an advantage here if he can keep them. And look at that like grouping, very nice. Very nice magical breakfast room 1 for Saber.
Yeah, Redbird cleans up the cleans up that room very quickly, and
wow. Reabs has a clean magical breakfast room 1 as well. Get through. Both runners still at full health, and Jam, after leaving the red candle staircase, got a candy bomb there.
Yeah, that tastes good in level 7 for sure.
Well done by Redbird using pause buffering to avoid those boomerangs that do a heart of damage here in level 7. And now Jam gets his taste of red candle spawns, and so far the the bubbles not bothering him too much. Ooh, that one is though. He's got to be careful. Nice, and a clock to boot. Nice reverse C for Jam.
Reabs cleans up the magical breakfast room 2 with relative ease, it looks like.
Wow, Saber just had himself a 6, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful. He's out of level 6 with only 8 and 9 to go. Our current race leader.
Yeah, I think he actually pulled away 5 or 10 seconds just in level 6.
Blows his recorder at 24:37. We'll have to wait and see where Reabs is. Entered level 6 about 11 seconds behind him. So we'll have to wait and see how much Saber did indeed stretch that lead out as Jam leaves level 7 and heads towards his magical sword. Redbird right on his heels.
And just like level 6, Saber gives us our first taste of level 8, and he's headed into the Blue Lagoon room. Why do they call it that, JSR?
Aptly named Blue Lagoon because of the lag you're going to see here. As Saber doesn't have beams, the lag won't be nearly as bad, and it gets a very nice pattern to start. Gets trolled a little bit by those turrets that are shooting fireballs at him, and it's better to take those turrets half-hearted damage than it is to take the 2 hearts of damage that the Blue Darknuts does. Very nice room for Saber.
Yeah, and he can't make it. And Redbird is able to grab my personal favorite item, the magical sword.
Reabs had himself a pretty clean room as well. Maybe not quite as clean as Saber's was, but not bad at all. Trying his best to avoid damage here and using the bubbles to get him through, but then unfortunately gets bopped around and takes a few hearts of damage anyways. Meanwhile, Jam into the first magical breakfast room in 6 with Redbird right on his heels. Both these races are extremely close. These runners are giving you quite the show here. Folks, make sure you give our runners a follow. Crystal Saver, Reabs, JamEviler, and Redbirdgrad, respectively, on Twitch.
And Saver cleaned up level 8 with looking really good on health.
Yeah, and because Reabs is down to only 3 bombs, he's going to clear this room and gets not only the 4 drop, but a candy drop as well. He's going to leave here with 7 bombs.
Yeah, that's a great place to be entering level 9. Of course, he'll most likely be looking to obtain some more bombs in 9 to make that reverse seed room a little bit easier.
To potion or not to potion, that is the question. And Saver, leaving level 1, it doesn't even look like he's considering it, and he is not. He's heading straight to 9 as Reabs cleans up level 8.
And look at that bomb. Now 8 bombs heading into level 9.
Meanwhile, Jam in the back half of 6, and Redbird has gained a little time on him in this level 6. A very good level 6 for Redbird. We'll see if Reabs decides to go grab his potion, or is he going to go and I think if he's watching the restream, he knows. And yeah, he goes. Wow, both these races are closer than they look, folks. Saber approximately 30 seconds or so, maybe a little more on Reabs. And Jam with about 15 seconds or so on Redbird. So one bad room or one bad break is all it's going to take to change the fortunes in either one of these races. Saber headed into the first staircase and comes out. He's going to have to skip Patcher 1 here. Oh, Redbird needed those bombs desperately. He gets a pack of bombs off that blue Octorok. He needed that badly. So at least he has enough bombs and a clean Patcher 1 skip for Crystal Saver.
And now Jam gets to taste the Blue Lagoon. We'll see how he does.
Into the next room goes Saver. Does it very cleanly. Doesn't take any damage at all. And gets through it. Nicely done by Saver. Ooh, Redbird into the Blue Lagoon. Gets a sweet Merciful Fairy. Ooh, Jam, be careful. Taking some bops here in the Blue Lagoon number 2. Reabs does not get through Patra 1 without damage, takes 2 hearts of damage. Jam gets through the Blue Lagoon 2, but Redbird has himself a room, folks, despite the damage.
Wow.
He's in the same room as Jam now.
And Saber's able to use beam strats and reverse
Wow!
C very quickly.
What a reverse C room by Crystal Saber. Get your PogChamps in chat, folks. That was textbook right there.
Oh, this race is very close now between Redbird and Jam. They're both in a four-headed Gleeok at the same time. This is turning out to be a very good race.
Oh, and we might have simultaneous Triforce grabs. 30-38 and 30-39, a 1 second lead for Jam as they head to level 9. Ooh, Reabs gets a much-needed fairy here. Unfortunately for Reabs, Saber's still at close to full health, and Crystal Saber, of course, famous for a number of reasons in The Legend of Zelda, one of which is his run that he completed this entire game. Folks, are you ready for this? Damageless. He didn't take any damage at all for an entire run of The Legend of Zelda, so if there's very many runners out there who can finish this game without taking damage, it's probably Saber. So Reabs is going to have to hope for some sort of hiccup here.
Yeah, this is absolutely Saber's race to lose at this point. But on the bottom here, Redbird and Jam, anything could change the lead between these guys.
Oh, and the screen scroll proving to be a little bit of a difference maker as Jam is going to bomb into level 9 at 31-39, and Redbird at 31-42, a 3-second lead as they enter level 9. While Reabs has a very clean back half after the silver arrows, just not quite as clean as Saber's. He takes down Patra 3, tries for the grayscale, props to him for the swag attempt. Ooh, Reabs takes some damage, and here's Ganon.
Yeah, Reabs is in trouble. He's going to have to be careful here.
Look at Saber! Going with the recorder strats on Ganon, folks! Wow! And as Reabs takes a death, Saber takes down the pig. That was some swag right there, folks. And get your GGs out in chat for your winner. Moving on in the bracket stage, Crystal Saber. With an official SRL time of 32 minutes and 33 seconds. That was amazing.
It looks like Reabs did take a death. So he's going to have to make his way back to level 9 with just 3 hearts, which can be very difficult.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you.
And yeah, unfortunately for Reabs, he does not get to the pig, so your winner in the first match is Saber, and meanwhile, Redbird takes the lead.
This is a nail biter.
Holy moly, we're going to have to hold on with our questions for our winner who joins us in the commentators booth. Crystal Saber, I just want to say real quick, but we got a nail biter on our hands at the moment. GG, and oh boy, I have to ask you some questions about that again in fight, because that was cool. Redbird does not get the Patra 2 skip, and he's down to 1 heart. He does have a potion. Does he? No, he doesn't have a potion. He did not get a potion here. Oh, this might be the deciding factor here. Jam near full health. Reabs takes another death, unfortunately. Jam gets bopped around a bit in reverse C. Redbird's going to go back for those bombs. That might be a mistake. Oh. Jam does clear the reverse C. He's going to get to the silver arrows first. Redbird down to 1 heart. Desperately needs a good reverse C here. And he has himself a great one, but he does get bubbled. Wow, nice reverse C by Redbird. He gains a little ground back on Jam, who's still got to deal with Patra 2.
Yeah, he's hanging on here with 2 hearts, but he's in a scary position right now.
Oh, and Jam misses reverse clip. And takes a bubble beam. He's got to get in there. He does. JamEvil down to 4.5 hearts now. And Redbird misses it, but does a nice backup clip. And Jam's going to take it easy on River on Patra 2. Redbird's going to retake the lead. No, he's not.
Wow. So close.
Wow. Redbird made up so much time into the same room as Jam. A 2-second lead. Oh, Reabs unfortunately takes another death in the next room. But props to him. He's going to try it again.
He's got to be careful in this trap room.
Gets a nice heart pickup on a bad pattern, and that heart saves his life. He takes a bop. He's down to half a heart. Jam down to 2.5 hearts. Redbird has to really hope he gets a good pattern in this room, or he might take a death here, folks.
Still neck and neck. Wow.
He gets a good pattern. Avoids the whiz ropes. He's alive, and Jam's down to half a heart.
Oh,
and Redbird takes the lead.
Oh my God, this race is insane.
Into Patra 3, both our runners down to half a heart. Redbird first to Patra 3. He's got to be careful. Either of these runners takes a hit, and they die. Redbird takes care of Patra 3.
It's probably going to come down to the Ganon pattern.
It is. Jam has a bad Patra fight. Unfortunately, Redbird's going to enter with a huge lead at this point, considering that Ganon is a short fight. Gets the first hit. Misses the stun lock. Gets the second hit. The third hit. Uh-oh. He loses Ganon. And Jam goes for the stun lock. And Redbird takes the fireball. And Jam goes through.
Oh, God.
Oh, simultaneous deaths to Ganon.
What a race. This is insane.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this.
These guys are matching each other death for death. It's crazy.
I have never seen this before, and I've seen enough of these Zelda 1 races. This is incredible, folks. All three of our runners now trying their best on low health to get through this 9. Reabs, Redbird, and JamEvil all in the same room simultaneously.
Oh.
Redbird takes a bop, and now he has to play it safe here at Patra 1. Jam has the luxury of going for the Patra 1 skip. Reabs gets through. Oh, no! And Jam takes a hit. Jam dies to Patra!
Oh, my God!
What is happening, dude? This is unreal!
Meanwhile, Reabs is pushing forward. He's looking a little bit better on health. It looks like he forced a fairy there, and he's going to be able to push forward.
Reabs finally with some health on his side. He's the first one to get through that next room as he enters the back half. Now remember, Reabs already got his silver arrows, so he doesn't need to worry about him. He just needs to get to Ganon.
And now Redbird, with a little bit of a lead again, he takes another bomb, and he dies again!
Oh no, Redbird! Jam with the advantage at this point, but of course we've seen these runners die in the same room all race long. Can Jam be the first to kick that trend out and survive? He takes a bop to Patra. And at this point, and nicely done. He gets a heart off Patra. With 2 hearts, he gets through.
And we've seen people struggle this much one racer, but I don't think we've seen 2 racers have this many struggles in 9 at the same time.
All right, Reabs finally reaches the next room, has plenty of health, so at this point it's a matter of getting through it. Jam down to 1 heart. We'll give this a little moment here to congratulate our winner, Crystal Saver. Saver, I don't know if you're still here. I apologize, sir. This has been insane. Are you watching this?
This is a nail biter. I'd rather watch this for now.
This is crazy. Well, we'll come back to you in just a moment. But yes, once again, congratulations to Saber. We'll speak more about your run in just a moment. Reabs reaches Patra 3 finally. He'll be the next one to take on Ganon. Ganon has a winning record tonight. Redbird takes yet another death. But Jam is down to a heart.
It does look like Jam's building up his count in order to force Fairy.
Reabs gets the first hit. Does not get the stun lock. Takes a fireball. Gets the second hit. The third hit. Down goes Ganon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a finish. Our second place finisher in the top race. Get your GGs out in chat.
GG Reabs.
Reabs finishes with an official SRL time of 40 minutes and 31 seconds. Congrats, and way to stick that out for Reabs. And considering the 9 he had, that's still a pretty darn good time. Meanwhile, Jam does have some health on his side now. Redbird down to a heart, takes yet another death to Patra 1. And Jam with 4 hearts now in the driver's seat. It makes you wonder if either of these runners had a potion. If either of these runners had gone to go fill their health up after the first death, it would have been the difference, although it looks like Jam might finally get the chance to be the first runner through, and Redbird forces a fairy. So if Jam falters here, Redbird will be in the driver's seat, but now it's Jam's race to lose. Here's the rematch for the win.
Yeah, and Jam will be back to the beginning if he takes even one Hyrule driver.
Misses the first hit, gets a fireball, gets the second, gets the third, he takes down the pig!
What a race that was. That was an intense race. Holy cow.
Unbelievable! Oh, and then Jam almost died. Takes a bot from the fire and finishes this race with an official SRL time of 42 minutes and 7 seconds. And Redbird into the next room, down to 2 hearts. And it does appear as if he's going to forfeit the race. Unbelievable, you guys. Wow.
Yeah, so much unfortunate between these two guys almost simultaneously. That was incredible.
All right, we'll see if we can't get our racers to join us in the commentator's booth to talk about what was by far the most insane race of this entire tournament. And we do have our winner, JamEvil, joining us in the commentator's booth as well, and Redbird as well. Oh my God, you guys!
Can I go home now? Is it over? Oh my God.
See what happened was, hold on. What happened was, Jam said, I will PayPal you $100 if you want to win.
Sure.
And I'm like, man, I gotta keep dying because Jam keeps dying, and I gotta make this look good. So Jam takes the win. You got your $100 coming, man, but you made that hard on me, dude.
I would never. That's
I have seen dozens, if not hundreds, of Zelda 1 races, as I'm sure you have, Jam. I'm sure all of you guys have seen your fair share. I have never seen a race where both runners got troll handled, both runners died to Gleeok, and then both runners, down to their last hit on Ganon, both died.
I told you, JSR, I had to make it look good. I looked over at the restream, and it was on delay, right? So I'm like, I can see everything Jam's doing, so if I do the same thing, it'll look right. It'll look like this was planned out the whole way.
Oh, you know what? This is the first time I ever watched the restream while racing. I was like, you know what? It's a 4-way. It's going to be good. I should check it out. You know what? RGB, he makes me a little nervous. I got to see where he is. And man, I really shouldn't have done that.
Dude, I didn't know where the hell I was. Did you see the route I had to run on that? Because I didn't I had no recorder spot. So I'm like, I got to recorder to 1 and walk my butt all the way through Hyrule again.
That hurts. Oh,
that was messed up, dude.
That was such a race, dude. Good
my
game.
God.
Regardless.
Hey, GG's, yeah, good luck going forward. And for winning that, dude, you get lax. So GG's.
Well, hey, maybe I have a chance against some of this.
Oh man,
I am dying over here.
Hey, and don't let this cloud. Hold on one second. Let's be real for a second. Saver and Reabs, hell of a match. Good job, guys. Way to kick our butt. GG's for your races.
Can I just give the spotlight to our winner of our first match, who's been waiting patiently in this booth, Crystal? Crystal Saver, first and foremost. What a run, sir! With the 2-5 red candle route. Walk us through your run.
Let's see. I was watching Reabs the whole match, and he was giving me a heart attack throughout everything because he was always ahead. So, yeah, I tried to. I just said, forget everything, forget the bomb, forget the rupees. Just do the 3 first red candle route, so I don't have to worry about anything. Just keep moving on. If I lose to Reabs, I was gonna be happy because he was always ahead of me by like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I'm like, this is who I got paired up against. You know what? This is good. He deserves this. And oh my god, until the very end, he kept giving me a heart attack. I'm like, I have to move. I have to move. I have to move. And then I saw that death.
Yeah, but Saber, did you get $100 out of it? That's all I want to know.
I ain't paying you, sucker.
You owe me Mongolian, Jam.
So Reabs, I might be mistaken. Your first half of your race was very good. I imagine if it wasn't on PB pace, it was quite close up until that recorder room. Talk us through that.
Yeah, like up until pretty much all the way up till 5, I was on the same pace as my PB. I don't know, the recorder room, like I didn't get the bomb, like on the way to the recorder room I got bonked and didn't get the bomb drops I wanted, and then that kind of just threw me off. And so the Dark Knot room just went poorly. And then it was kind of like just slowly downhill from there.
Yeah, that was the major turning point in your guys' race. And I say major because you definitely had a slight advantage, if at the very minimum, going into 5 as that recorder room swung the advantage in Saver's just by a tad, though. Saver entered 9, only about 30 seconds ahead of you. Unfortunately, level 9 really flexing its muscles tonight. I lost track between the 3 of you, but it made for a very exciting finish, especially in the case of our second race, Redbirdgrad and JamEvil. And to be totally real, you guys, outside of the deaths in 9 and everything else, I mean, first off, Jam, let's talk about your recorder room for a second.
Oh, I had a good one. I had a good one this
awesome.
time. Yeah. You know, it's second best to the one that was on my PB before this one. So I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, it's definitely my second best recorder room. Nice clear, got the force bomb. That went really smooth. The rest of the race.
Yeah, that gave you the advantage. And then Redbird, your level 8 was so clean that you went from about, I'd say 15 seconds back, maybe less, of Jam, where you grabbed the Triforce, I think 2 or 3 seconds after Jam. So going into 9, I mean, it was so exciting, you guys. And it really came down to that clutch half heart through the back half of 9, and you were 1 hit away from taking Ganon down. I mean, this was the race of the tournament as far as not knowing what was going to happen. And you had everybody in chat going nuts. It was a pleasure to call it. GG to all 4 of you guys.
Yeah,
well, yeah, GG Jam. And I had no idea. Like, I was trying to watch the restream. I'm like, am I running him down? I have no idea, because I didn't know. I'd never run a route like that before. So he was in 4 on the second try when I had to go back and do 2. And I knew I had to clear 2 and then whistle over before he just got out of 4 and went shopping. So I'm like, I don't know how far back I am. I'm trying to run him down, but I had no way to base it off anything. So the restream didn't help me at all.
in hindsight, the real clutch move you could have done, I think that would have won you the match, was grab the potion on the way to 4 from 1.
I actually grabbed the heart there and did
Yeah.
the raft heart, and then I did the reverse clip and went into 2.
I guess that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew against you I wasn't going to get a potion anyway, so I'm like, well, let's save that raft heart the time doing that. And my reverse clips off the heart were actually pretty good. So I went into 2 and had a pretty clean 2. So the middle of it went well, but beginning and end were dumpster fires, right?
Good thing we practiced today.
I know, right?
Still definitely worth a rewatch. All 4 of you guys, thank you so much for an amazing show. Congratulations to Crystal Saber and JamEvil, both moving on in the brackets. Jam, you know who your next opponent is, don't you?
It would be the Lack Attack 24. I'm looking forward to playing against him. I haven't matched up against him since the first the first Legend of Zelda tournament, which was many years ago, and he put the whooping on me then. I surely hope that he'll put the whooping on me again, but I'll try to give you guys a show.
It should be a good match regardless. And Crystal Saber, do you know who your opponent is next round?
Somebody who wanted to do low percent swordless.
$100, please.
You want to bet $100? Let's do it.
No, it should be an exciting match, and it'll be my honor. This is the first time we've ever met up in a tournament, so it should be a lot of fun, and I definitely look forward to it, man.
I kind of look forward to it. I know you're going to beat me so bad. I'm just debating on what to do. Go white sword or wood sword.
Hey, you know what? I never will ever, sir, take you for granted. You're dangerous in tournaments, and we saw it in this race. Anything can happen in Zelda. So it should be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Meanwhile, our 2 runners up tonight, Redbird and Reabs, you guys aren't done yet. Redbird, you do fall to the loser's bracket. You, sir, will be taking on the loser of the match between Cananophone and the winner of tomorrow's match between Cake Sauce and Jantha. And Reabs, you fall to face RC Drone. Oh, that's a rough match. But
yeah, good luck with that, dude.
I mean, it's okay. This is how my tournaments go. Just one hard opponent to the next. Not that that's unlikely in this tournament. Pretty much, like right now, the brackets, everybody is like really good. So no matter who you're up against, it's like, oh man, I'm playing somebody who has a really good time now.
But yeah, both of you guys are strong competitors, and I expect you both to rebound. Even if against Drone, you have to put up a darn good time. Anything can happen in Zelda. We've seen it with Drone. We've seen it with top runners in this tournament, and I wish all 4 of you the best of luck in your races going forward. And thank you guys for a tremendous evening tonight. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks for the commentary.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to say to RBG and Jam, thank you for this moment in my life. You guys made my week.
It's our pleasure. It was definitely our pleasure.
And I'm $100 richer for it.
I don't know where you're getting that money from. I have no idea who was paid, but it's not me.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow all 4 of our runners, JamEviler, Redbirdgrad, Crystal Saver, and Reabs for a tremendous evening, as well as my co-commentator, Crescendo 2020, as well as the Speed Gaming network of channels for more exciting Zelda any percent bracket action as we move closer to the finals of this tournament. And we have almost the entirety of round 2 figured out, with the exception of 1 match, folks, and that will be tomorrow night, Jantha versus Cake Sauce. That will be the final match of round 1, and that should be a barn burner as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be an amazing race. Great race to end out the week.
So, on behalf of Crescendo, and thank you very much for joining me on the mic today, sir.
It was my pleasure.
This is JSR2 Gamer signing off. You all have a tremendous evening, and take care, everyone. See you next time.
Take care.
Take care, all.